What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how I took a brand new Instagram account from 0 to over 1K real, active, and engaged followers in under a week's time using no bots, no automation whatsoever. So that's the really important thing about this video, is that there was no bots used at all. Why that's important to note is because all the recent changes to Instagram, they're really cutting down hard on people using bots and automation softwares. So they've almost become unusable as a strategy to actually grow. So every action, every strategy implemented while building this page was all conducted by me. So it was very, very tedious, but it was still possible. So I'm going to walk you through exactly how I did it from step A to Z or Z, whatever you prefer, so that you can try to emulate it and get similar results. So let's go. So the inspiration for this video was obviously because of the changes to Instagram with them getting rid of automation. That was something that I used to build pages for myself as well as clients. So that was obviously a big, big change to how Instagram functioned, how people grew on Instagram. So I wanted to see if it was possible to get those results. I also wanted to do it because a lot of the videos already on Instagram that do similar tests to this, they were implementing software that you can't really use anymore. So I wanted to do a test to see if you could do it all by user actions. And the big inspiration for this was another YouTuber called Biaheza. I'll pop his video up right here. His video blew up getting a page from 0 to 1K, very similar to like I did, but he used automation software and that's not possible anymore. So I've built plenty of pages for people, for myself as well as clients, but I primarily use a lot of automation software. So I wanted to see for myself if it was possible to get similar results doing all the actions myself. So I'm going to walk you through exactly how we did that right now. Okay, so obviously the first thing when starting any Instagram page is actually creating the account. For this strategy to work most effectively, you're going to want to create a theme page. Essentially, it's a page where it posts or reposts the same type of content. So there could be very, very different niche. It could be a fashion niche. It could be a makeup niche, sports niche, but a specific sport would be easier than just a broad sport. It's easier to grow. The example that I use was dogs, and I'm going to explain why I use that niche. When you're picking the theme or the niche for your page, there's two things you really want to consider. The first being you want to make sure you actually enjoy the type of content. So ideally, it'd be things that you're already consuming, content that you enjoy, because that's going to make the whole process a lot more enjoyable. It's going to be a lot easier to run for you. Plus, you're going to have a better eye for what's quality content in that niche. You will be able to point out things that you've seen on the Explore page, things that are working on Instagram a lot easier. So it's going to make your growth trajectory a lot easier. The second thing you want to keep in mind when choosing your niche is you want it to be a viral niche. So what I mean by that is a large amount of users that are interested in that niche. Reason being is because it's going to make your job a lot easier to actually grow and to emulate other pages that have already found success. So if there's a proven formula for this, it's going to be a lot easier to go with. That's why I went with dogs. Dogs is a super, super viral niche. Everybody loves dogs. I love dogs. And there's also a ton of other high value dog niche pages that I can emulate and build off of. So I would also encourage this to try to niche down even within your niche. So when you hear me say dogs, I'm sure some people were thinking, why not do an animal page? And I would say that's actually too broad for this specific strategy to make it easier for yourself. So I would encourage you to niche it down. So either do dogs, do cats, do a specific kind of animals. It's going to make things easier for yourself. So you want to make sure that your niche is niche enough, if that makes sense. So you've picked your niche, you have an idea for what kind of content you're going to post. Next comes actually creating the page, the Instagram account. I'm sure if you're watching this, you've made them before, so I'm not going to walk you through exactly how to make one, but I will take you through the little things that go into creating a successful theme page that you can implement these strategies on. So I'm going to put a screenshot of the account that I made right here and walk you through everything that I did just quickly to start off the account. First thing that you're going to have to do is pick a name. You want your username to be something that's short, concise, and related to your topic, your niche. So I went with Wolf Army. Honestly, it just popped into my head because I had a mental image of a little Frenchie in a army helmet and I was sold. I'm like, Wolf Army it is. So I went with Wolf Army. Again, the wolf relates to the dogs and the army is kind of like a collective unit. And I played off that later, encouraging people to follow. Another thing is when you actually put your name in there, a little thing that you can do to help get better search results is to make it exactly what you're posting. So if you're going to be posting dog pictures, I literally made my name dog picture so that it gives me a slight chance for when anybody were to search that in their Instagram search bar, that they might be shown my page, come across my content, and then follow. So that's a little trick that you can use and implement to try to get a little more traction specific to your niche. So after I chose the name Wolf Army, again, because I had that mental image in my mind, the next thing I did was I went and got a logo made on Fiverr. That's not not something you need to do at all. Again, it was $5, but if you don't want to put any money towards this, you absolutely don't have to. You can go into Canva and make a super simple logo for yourself in like 5 seconds, and that will absolutely suffice. For your profile picture, as long as there's something decent and it generally relates to the type of content, it's not going to matter. It's not going to limit your growth. So don't let that stop you from getting started. Just get something up there. You can always upgrade it later. So just get something up. The next thing I'm going to walk you through here is my actual bio. This is pretty simple, straightforward. You just want to make sure that it's clean, concise, has call to actions. And also, there's a big point of note is make sure you're speaking to your audience. So the people I'm trying to attract dog people. And what do they do with dog people? They talk with like that cutesy language, like when they're speaking to a dog or when they're referring to how a dog would speak. It's not like your conventional English. So I used that and I played up that angle a lot while creating my bio to keep that whole image of the cutesy dog page. I went with, I'll walk you through it right here, an army of good boys and good girls. I'm just playing up the whole dog thing. I know that's super lame, but whatever. Only the cute survive. Again, we're playing up the whole cute thing. Use emojis that just don't overuse them, but definitely use them. It can help to bring some color and liven up your bio. Follow to enlist in the cutest army. Again, that's the call to action. I want them through reading this to be encouraged to follow me. So I include it right there so they don't have to look for it. They know that they should follow. I know it sounds stupid, but literally just having it in front of people is sometimes enough for them to think, yeah, I should follow this content. So just have that little call to action to trigger that in their mind. They should actually perform that action and follow. The final thing that I included in my bio was just a little strategy to try to promote more growth as well. I said, shout us out to be featured. That just encourages other people that come to my page that want to get themselves on there, get their dogs on there, to shout us out, tag us in more things. That way we have more increased exposure, again, for no cost involved at all. The bio will not make or break your success, but they can help to make a more unified, better product that is then pushed out to people. And all these things really help in increasing the effectiveness of the strategies we're going to implement later. Okay, so now the whole page is set up. The next thing I did is I instantly went and reposted 9 quality photos that were related to my niche. So I went to dog pages and reposted 9 right there. So I did that simply because when people came to my page, I wanted them to see that there's content so that they don't think I'm just some spam page that will be gone tomorrow. So make sure to do that. Once your account's set up to your liking, you also want to have some content on there. So when you do start implementing the strategy I'm going to outline next, that people will come to your page and see that this is a real person and they're going to be far more likely to follow you. So get 9 solid posts out there. Okay, so now we're completely set up. That's the boring part. Now we're going to get into the fun but tedious part. So the main growth strategy that I implemented was actually follow for follow. And while I know that that's a strategy that gets a lot of hate on Instagram, for growing a theme page, there really isn't any other better strategy that you can implement for free. And that was the whole reason of why I did this test. If I were to build a page for myself or a client, there are definitely paid strategies that I'd implement, but the whole point of this experiment was to see if you could do it all from a user completely for free still. So that's why I use follow for follow and not any paid strategies. Most people know what follow for follow is. Essentially, you're following people in hopes that they follow you back. But there's a way to go about it that's far more strategic that will dramatically increase the ratio of people that actually do follow you back. So that's really the bread and butter of this strategy and what makes it still possible in 2019. So what I'm going to do right now is pop up a screen recording of my phone. We're going to walk you through that so that you can implement this strategy effectively to actually achieve results. All right, so I'm going to show you exactly how to do this. So what I would do is go to a big player within your niche. So for me in the dog niche, Dogs of Instagram is a huge account. So I would just go to them. I'd go through to one of their posts. Let's pick this little cutie right here. I'd go to people who liked it. See, I'm already following a bunch of these people. So you'll understand why in a second. Then I'll scroll down and start looking at other accounts that I think are going to be similar to me as well. So other dog niche pages. So a lot of them in the dog specific niche are going to be accounts that people have made for their dog. So what I'll do is I'll go and click. Let's try Sophie the Guilty. That's a decent candidate. So essentially what we're looking for when we go through these is we're looking for someone who doesn't have a ton of followers, but also has a pretty close follower to following ratio. And the rationale behind that is because we want to make sure they're likely to follow us. If someone has like 40,000 followers and they're only following like 50 people, that's a waste of one of your follows. And in 2019, with such limited actions before you can get action blocked, this targeted approach really matters to increase the effectiveness of each action that you perform. So we can probably do better than that. Let's see. Okay, this is even better. So look, he's got less followers than he does following. So Bud the Bulldog, what I would then do is I would follow him in hopes that he'll follow me back. I would interact with his first few posts, and then I would also go to one of his posts right here, and then I would look at who's liking his posts. So I'd go through the people who liked his post and then follow those people as well. Reason for this is because these people are interested in liking that type of content. They're interested in dog photos, but two, they'll also be very active on the platform. The third thing to it is that they're still liking small pages content. So they're not going to only be following the really, really big accounts. They're still going to be following smaller accounts and engage with the smaller accounts as well. So these people are very, very active on Instagram, and they're going to be most likely to follow you, but also more importantly, engage with your content, and that will help you grow later. So I would literally repeat this over and over again, maximizing my actions for each day. One point of note, if you do want to increase the likelihood of people following you back, also like their most recent few pictures, their most recent few posts, because simply the law of reciprocity, people are far more likely to pay back what is given to them. So by you liking a few of their posts, they're a lot more likely to actually come through to your page, follow you, and like your last few posts as well. So that's the strategy in a nutshell. It's the follow for follow still definitely works. As you saw from the screenshot of my account, which was taken today as I'm filming this, I'm at 1,500 followers, and I got to over 1,000 in a little bit over a week's time, but less than a week of actually performing this. So I made it, then I sat on it for a few days, and then I actually started aggressively going at this, maxing out my actions every single day. When it comes to following people, I wouldn't follow more than like 3K at a time. I would get up to the 3K, and then after start dropping people. Also, don't follow and unfollow people at the same time. You're gonna get confused as to how many actions you've performed, and that's gonna increase the likelihood that you do too many and that you receive an action block. Instagram will warn you while you're doing this that you've done a lot of actions at one time, and then they'll actually action block you for a short amount of time. You'll get a bunch of warnings, and if you just wait an hour or two, you'll be able to continue to do it. So the more of those that you get, it's each time they're decreasing your health score. And the more of them that you eventually pile up is going to increase the likelihood that they'll give you a longer action block and potentially a shadow ban as well. So be cognizant of that. Be careful, be slow, take it slow. While I got this way in a week, if I was doing this for a page that I was actually trying to grow and continue to use far longer and into the future, I would have taken it a lot slower. So that'd be my recommendation to you is while I got to over 1,000 in a week, I wouldn't suggest that you do, because the necessary actions that it took definitely hurt my health score tremendously, and it may be difficult to overcome that if ever. So follow for follow still totally works in 2019, and it's something that you could do all on your own without spending $1 to help grow your account. So there's a lot more that goes into strategy and to continuing to grow it into the next phase. So if you'd like to know about the content strategy that I used to grow to this point and what I would going forward and what I will going forward, let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know that you want to see a follow-up to this video, and I'll be sure to get that out to you in the next few weeks to see how this page is doing and how I went about actually growing it. If you haven't subscribed already, be sure to do so right now. Click the subscribe button however you would like to do that. Be sure to hit the bell as well so you're notified every single time I post, because I'm going to continue to bring 2 videos a week. That's what I'm promising from here on out, is 2 videos a week every Monday and Friday on the topics of entrepreneurship, social media, business, marketing. Fun stuff, okay? Stuff you want to see. Final piece of begging, please smash the like button if you found this video informative, and share it with a friend if you have someone that you know is trying to grow on Instagram as well. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments or send me a DM over on Instagram at Benjamin Hayden Levitt over there. I always get back to the comments as quickly as possible. So thank you guys so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. Be sure you're subscribed. I will talk to you on Monday. Have yourself a great weekend. Keep killing it. Keep crushing it. And go build your Instagram accounts. Peace.